Today is going to be the first time ever I visit Portaventura World. That did not slow down like once. That is my all-time favourite roller coaster. What's up guys, I hope you're all well. Welcome back to yet another video on the channel, and welcome to a very special video indeed, because today is going to be the first time ever I visit Portaventura World. I'm absolutely buzzing for this. It is definitely one of my bucket list parks. I'm going to be getting on so many roller coasters that are also on my bucket list, such as Shambhala, Red Force, hopefully today as well. We're going to hopefully get into Ferrari Land later on in the day, and of course so many more. But this is a trip I've been waiting for so long, and hopefully it's only the beginning in terms of parks I want to visit in the recent years that are to come. So without further ado, let's get to breakfast and let's head to the park. Okay then, so we have just arrived inside the park and we're heading over to Shambhala first, I think, trying to hit it while the queue line is at its lowest possible for the day. We just kind of stopped off to get some drinks at the moment, but yeah, first impressions, this park is absolutely amazing. It really does feel like a broad park, like it feels like something that would be the best it possibly could be in the sun. We're kind of making our way through, getting the lay of the land right now. We have walked past Furious Bacco already, which looked absolutely insane. Shambhala I'm really looking forward to. I'm hoping it's not a disappointment. Many people have been hyping this thing up. Theme Park Worldwide, Jack Tilstone, everyone hypes this ride up as being one of the best in Europe, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what it's like. Yeah, let's head into the queue, see how long it takes, and yeah, get on the first ride of the day. Okay then, so I have just come off of Shambhala. What an absolutely amazing coaster. It's weird to think for me, I wasn't really excited to go on this coaster over the last few years. The only thing that's made me really excited for Shambhala leading up to this trip has been Hyperia, because that really proved to me what hypercoasters really can be, and that is a brilliant example. Of course, it is a B&M hypercoaster, so it's not a Mack hypercoaster like Hyperia is back at Thorpe Park at home, but yeah, the sights and just the thrills on that one is definitely a notch above Hyperia's, and the station is really well themed as well. It's also really interesting to mention, talking about the station, there's like this mini game thing you can play while you're in like the queue. I think that's absolutely brilliant. That's something a lot more parks should kind of adopt. Yeah, I'm really impressed with that coaster. I'm genuinely impressed. The sun was out, it's lovely here now. Another absolutely fantastic looking coaster is of course Dragon Khan. Now this is actually a John Wardley creation, which is really cool. It's almost like a little piece of home that we get to have over here in Portaventura, and it's got that really kind of distinctive signature B&M roar, which you can hear behind me right now. Something Nemesis always used to have, and it's just kind of lost it now because of the track, you know, kind of being retracked. But it sounds identical to the point where it's very nostalgic hearing this, because it does remind me a lot of the old Nemesis. So I think that is where we're going to head to next. It looks like an absolutely gorgeous coaster. I love the red colour scheme. I'm just really interested to see how rough this is going to be, because I've heard from a lot of people that it's not exactly the most comfortable ride. So. Dragon Khan for the first time, and I must admit that was a lot better than I was expecting it to be. A lot of people have said how that ride's just like one of the worst here because of how rough it is. It was rough for sure, but the layout was absolutely incredible. You know, this is a John Wardley classic, like I said earlier on, so it is a very good layout. I just think it needs the Nemesis treatment, really. With it being a B&M coaster that also opened in the 90s, seeing what Alton Towers has done with Nemesis, I feel like something would really work here if they did something similar. I think now we're going to head down over and get some lunch. We're going to head kind of back into Mediterranean, I think, and then we might be getting on Furious Baco, so I'm really looking forward to that one. I love me a launch on a coaster, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, and I really did like Dragon Khan. Okay then, so we've just kind of made a bit of a pit stop over by the toilets because I did just want to mention how good the entertainment offering is here, or at least on paper how good it is. Whilst walking through the park, we've seen multiple different kind of stage areas or show buildings, and it does seem like they offer quite a lot of that, and that does extend into hopefully the Halloween stuff, which we're going to experience tomorrow. They've absolutely gone all out with a lot of the decorations. They've got giant skeletons, giant jack-o'-lanterns, but yeah, there's about a stage per area, really, or a building that houses a stage per area, which I think is really good. You know, as much as, you know, a theme park is great for the roller coasters and the rides, there are some people that don't really want that, so it's nice to have an offering that kind of caters to, you know, people who don't want to go on the rides and just kind of want to chill out and enjoy the park. So yeah, let's carry on heading to where we're going to have our lunch. Okay then, so quick change of plans. We're not going to do Ferrari Land tonight because we have just seen the crowd moving in there. We got done a bit later in the actual park first, so the queues are absolutely atrocious to get into Ferrari Land right now. So we're going to do it tomorrow evening. It's still going to be in this vlog. I'm just going to do a bit of a time skip. But yeah, overall thoughts, Furious Baco, absolutely mental. Like, I can't describe how pleasantly surprised I was with that. We managed to get front row, which probably helped, so a lot of people do say it's very rough, but with what we got at the front row, I absolutely loved that ride, like genuinely loved it. It's one of them rides where it's so unassuming when you look at the layout, because the layout relatively is quite simple, but the speed you get when you shoot off was expected. I expected that. What I didn't expect was that the entire layout would pretty much hold that speed. For example, anyone out there who's been on stealth before will know that, you know, you shoot off, you hit the base of the top hat, and then you kind of start slowing down as you ride up the top hat itself. Same thing with Rita, you know, you turn the corner and then, you know, it kind of slows down a bit. That did not slow down like once. That entire layout, you're just absolutely thundering through it. I think if you are towards the back, I think it would be a lot more, you know, rough, because the front felt rough still. You could tell it was quite rickety, but it was far enough forward that, you know, you didn't feel the effects of it too much. So do keep that in mind. But yeah, so far absolutely impressed with Furious Baco. Yeah, so like I said, I'm going to do a little bit of time skip now. We're going to meet you back at Ferrari Land tomorrow. So without further ado, it's going to be a day for me, but it's going to be about 2 seconds for you. I will see you guys at Ferrari Land. Okay then, so it is now the next day, Saturday evening to be exact. I'm sitting out here over the lovely lake that adorns the entrance to Portaventura. We've got here a little bit earlier this time for Ferrari Land. We're hoping it's going to be a bit quieter today. We're going to try and get there early enough that maybe we can get in there and get on Red Force before the crowds really start setting in. So yeah, we're just going to take it as it comes. Hopefully we'll get in, hopefully it's all going to go smoothly, but we shall see. But yeah, it's been a lovely sunny day here today, so yeah, hopefully that continues on into Ferrari Land and we get a lovely sunset ride on Red Force, because that would be a dream come true. Go. Okay then, so we have just come off of Red Force for the first time, and I can confirm that is my all-time favourite roller coaster. That was absolutely insane. It does in essence feel a lot like Stealth. The speed, I wouldn't say felt very different, but it just keeps going and going and going, and the views you get at the top are absolutely incredible. And it's got a magnificent roar as well, which is even better. But yeah, we're currently trying to chill in Ferrari Land. This is kind of my first impressions of it. It's like a little mini Italy. Loads of the architecture is really, really nice around here. There's a fountain, restaurants, and then of course the main event as I turn the corner around here. There she is. Absolutely fantastic coaster. I think the plan now is to head to the drop towers and yeah, see what the queue line's like. It's quite busy in here at the moment, but as it stands, Red Force is of course the highest queue, so hopefully everything else kind of dies down a little bit. But yeah, so far I'm really, really impressed with this area, and I would recommend it for anyone coming to Portaventura World. Okay then, so we've just come off of Thrill Towers, which is of course the two kind of mini drop towers that are featured within Ferrari Land, and must admit I'm very, very impressed with those. It kind of had a different sequence depending on which one you were on, and we got the one that shot you up and then kind of bounced a bit. It was a really interesting experience, and it is a lot higher than it looks as well. What I wasn't impressed with, however, was the operations. That was absolutely horrendous. I don't know what was going on there. The guys were having a chat while two full towers were empty seats. It wasn't great. It took longer than 40 minutes and the queue was really, really short. So yeah, not so impressed with that, but I'm very impressed with the ride. As for the area as a whole, I do genuinely love it. It is got a really special vibe to it, very different from the main park. So yeah, we're gonna have a look through the Ferrari merchandise now, I think. Maybe go through the gallery, which I don't really know what that is, but that's gonna be interesting to see. And yeah, I think we're gonna head into the main park to finish the vlog off with Stampeder, which I'm a little bit scared for, I'm not gonna lie, because a lot of people have said how rough that ride is, or at least the trains are the problem. But I'm excited to get on it nevertheless. It's my first time on a dueling wooden coaster, which is something quite unique, so I'm very much looking forward to doing it, especially in the dark. So let's go. Okay then, so I am now back at the hotel room. I am absolutely knackered after today. As you saw there, we managed to get on Stampeder twice actually, which is really surprising. It was advertised an hour and 10 and it ended up being, I think, about 10 minutes on the blue side. So we went on it, came off, went on it again, and it was an absolute blast. I really, really enjoyed that coaster. I know a lot of people say it's like really rough, and it was, but it was an enjoyable rough for me. It wasn't a you come off with a headache kind of rough like Soaries over at Thorpe Park or the Smiler. Yeah, it was very enjoyable. We had a good laugh on it, and then we headed over to a final ride on Furious Backhoe in the dark, which was absolutely fantastic. Still absolutely love that ride. We were towards the back this time, so I can attest that I still do genuinely love it even at the back. So yeah, we didn't end up staying for the lake show. It got really late. I'm hungry. We still haven't actually gone out for dinner. We're about to go out on the town to a Taco Bell somewhere. But yeah, the final closing thoughts. My thoughts on the last 2 days I've had at this park. We've gone on most of the major rides. We're hoping tomorrow we're there for a little while. We're hoping to do Hurricane Condor. But yeah, that we haven't done. Uncharted we haven't done, but pretty much everything else major at the park we have done now. And I can safely say I absolutely adore this place. It is genuinely awesome, you know. So experiencing a theme park outside of the UK has just been a special experience within itself, but there's been so many great rides that I didn't even know I was gonna you know, love. Obviously there were certain ones I knew I was gonna like Shambhala, I knew I was gonna like Red Force, but ones like Furious Backhoe, Stampeder, I really weren't expecting to like as much as I did, so that I'm really happy about. In terms of the park experience itself, it had its ups and downs. The actual park itself, absolutely stunning, beautiful park, absolutely lovely place. However, the operations were a bit ropey, and I know this is something that Portaventura has been known for, and they have changed operation managers within the last few years, but just some of the operations just weren't it. So yeah, that is going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. I'm a bit kind of annoyed that I had to spread it out over 2 days, but I wanted to get Ferrari Land in this vlog. You know, I didn't want to do 2 full-day vlogs like I did Alton Towers, because I am here with my family and my friends, and I do want to enjoy my holiday a little bit. So, you know, I don't want to just be filming all the time. So yeah, I did try and minimalise it, but I still hope you guys got what you wanted out of this vlog and saw my kind of first reactions to the park and all the rides that reside within it. So for that, I'm very happy. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to stop bothering you now. I'm going to stop yapping. I hope you have a brilliant rest of your day, and I'll see you guys hopefully in the next video. See ya.